What if you could actually build a six-figure income on the side? So today, we're not going to just talk theory. We are looking at 7 proven, real-world blueprints that people are using to do exactly that, right now.
Let's kick things off with probably the single best piece of advice you'll ever get about this stuff. Success isn't about some flash of genius or inventing something totally new. It's about seeing the patterns that are already working for other people and figuring out how to make them your own.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about that core idea, recognizing the pattern. Then we'll dive into 3 key areas: selling stuff online, powering the massive creator economy, and designing digital brands. After that, we'll cover the one hustle everyone needs to be doing before we put it all together to help you figure out, okay, which one is for me?
Okay, let's dive into this. But before we get to the actual hustles, we need a way to, measure them. A framework so you can see how each one stacks up. So think of this as our hustle meter. For every single opportunity we talk about, we're going to rate it on a 5-point scale across 3 really crucial areas. First, how much time is it going to take to learn this skill? Second, how much money do you actually need to get started? And third, the big one, how realistic is the path to hitting that $10,000 a month goal?
All right, first up, let's talk about the OG side hustle, selling actual stuff online. This is as old as business itself, but the internet has just blown the doors wide open, creating a couple of really interesting paths to success.
So check this out. Meet Kai Towers. He was stuck in a dead-end job, feeling like he was going nowhere. He took just $400 and started flipping stuff on eBay. And by focusing on a niche he actually knew, gaming accessories, he wasn't just selling random junk, he was building a real business. And that $400, it snowballed into over $317 grand in 1 year.
I mean, look at this. The pattern here is pure accessibility. Time to learn? 1 star. Money needed? 1 star. The barrier to entry is basically on the floor. You can start with $0 just by selling things you already have around the house. Now, getting to 10 grand a month takes real consistency, but the path is so clear.
Okay, so what's the next level up from that? It's something called branded dropshipping. This isn't just about moving cheap products. No, this is about building a brand that people actually trust. So instead of just selling a $10 item, you create an entire experience around it that lets you sell it for, say, $80. It's a difference between being a random reseller and being a brand.
So you can see the trade-off right away, right? It takes way longer to learn how to build a real brand, but look at the money needed. Still just 1 star. Why? Because you're not buying and holding all that inventory. That direct path to higher profit is what makes scaling to $10,000 a month a very real possibility.
Okay, let's move on. Our next big area is all about powering the creator economy. And listen, you do not have to be an influencer to make a killing here. You can be the one who makes the whole engine run.
This story is just incredible. This is Suhit Amen. While battling cancer, he started his business from a hospital bed at 16 years old. His hustle? He called it brand deal flipping. He basically became a matchmaker, connecting creators with big brands and taking a cut. Today, that business does over $4 million a year, connecting influencers with giants like Netflix.
And this chart, wow, this shows you why this works. The opportunity is just massive. For the first time ever, more people are watching YouTube than Netflix. Brands are absolutely desperate to get in front of that audience, and they will pay a premium to anyone who can connect them to the right creators.
But here's the most compelling part of this pattern. The money needed to start? It's 0. Zilch. Nada. You can literally start this with just a laptop. This isn't about capital. It's about your ability to hustle, to network, to build connections. It is a pure connection play.
All right, next up is a skill that is, no joke, one of the most in-demand skills on the planet right now: video editing. Tom Natras used this one skill to completely wipe out his student debt and land clients like Coca-Cola. And think about it, more than 82% of all internet traffic is video. That means pretty much every company in the world needs a good video editor.
Okay, so yeah, it takes a bit more time to really get good at this, to learn storytelling and pacing. But the startup costs are still super low. And the payoff? The potential is huge. That strong 3-star rating on the path to 10 grand a month tells you that once you build a name for yourself, the high-paying clients are there for the taking.
All right, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about selling stuff and powering creators. Now let's talk about shaping how companies are actually seen online. This is about building their entire identity.
This is how Jack Watson got out of a soulless accounting job.
He got into brand identity. And this isn't just about making a pretty logo, no way. This is the whole shebang. The colors, the fonts, the style, the entire vibe that makes a business feel legit. He's tapping into a market that's about to be worth $40 billion.
And again, look at the pattern here. It's a big time investment to get good, for sure. But the money to start? Almost nothing. Your primary investment is your own time and creativity, not a bunch of cash. And the path to 10K a month is solid because what you're selling is a total transformation. And you can charge thousands for a single project.
Now for a hustle that is perfectly built for right now, short-form strategy. Noah Briley cracked the code on how to make viral videos and made over $100,000 before he even finished high school. I mean, you know how much time people spend scrolling TikToks and Reels. Businesses need to capture that attention, and they will pay top dollar for it. Attention really is the new currency.
Okay, now this scorecard is kind of crazy, in the best way. Look at this. Super fast to learn, super cheap to start, but with a really strong 3-star path to that 10 grand a month mark. This combination is just incredibly powerful in today's world.
Okay, so we've gone through 6 amazing hustles where you're trading your skills for money. But this last one, this one's different. This is the one that makes your money work for you.
And that brings us to what is honestly the ultimate side hustle, investing. Why? Because it's the only one here that eventually stops needing your time. It's the path to real freedom. Because if your money isn't making money for you while you sleep, you will be working for money for the rest of your life. It's that simple.
So yeah, the time to learn is high. This is a marathon, not a sprint. But you can start with just $1 today. And the potential for passive income? It's the highest on the entire list. This is where the incredible, almost magical pattern of compound growth just takes over.
All right, time to put it all together. Let's look at all 7 of these proven paths side by side and see the whole picture.
So when you look at it all laid out like this, the patterns just pop right out at you. The question for you is, what do you need right now? If you need to make money fast with almost no upfront investment, then the patterns of eBay reselling or short-form strategy are screaming your name. But if you're playing the long game for true passive wealth, then something like brand identity or the ultimate goal, investing, should be your focus. The blueprint is right here.
So here's the bottom line. None of these stories were about magic or luck. They're about repeatable, proven patterns. Every single one of them is working for real people right now. So the only question, the only one that really matters, is which one of these patterns are you going to choose to make your own?